My name is Dr. Sreek Cherukuri. I'm a board-certified ear, nose, and throat physician and the founder of the MDHearingAid company. As an attending physician in otolaryngology, I would see patients every day that had hearing problems. If I determined that they needed a hearing aid and recommended that, I did identify that many of them went home without a solution. It seemed that cost was a major obstacle. Each hearing aid cost between $1,000 and $3,000 each, and most insurance companies didn't cover this. We used world-class components from both the US and European markets and put together our first product, the MDHearingAid Pro. The MDHearingAid Pro was designed to meet the needs of 80 to 85% of people with hearing loss. Before we put it to market, we wanted to make sure we tested it on patients that fit the hearing loss profile. The response we got was it was overwhelmingly positive. The sound output was very clear and high quality, and the users loved the controls such as a volume dial and program switch that they didn't have on their high-end fancy hearing aids. The MDHearingAid Pro has been a very successful product. However, being an analog hearing aid, it had certain limitations in challenging, noisy environments. That's when we decided to develop the MDHearingAid AIR. The MDHearingAid AIR is competitive with today's expensive hearing aids because of its world-class feature set. With the MDHearingAid AIR, we wanted to empower the user to make adjustments for their comfort. This is where the tips attach and it goes into the ear. The AIR comes with 6 different tips, a variety of sizes and styles. This is the volume dial and the on-off switch, which allows the user to manipulate the sound output depending on their environment and needs. And this is the program button. This has 3 different programs which change the amplification pattern to accommodate the most common types of hearing loss and the most common environments. The hearing aid assembly is a very simple process. This is the hearing aid base. You take the tubing and attach with gentle pressure and a screw-like motion to attach the tubing to the base. And on the other end is where the tip goes in that goes in your ear. You attach it with gentle pressure again, push it in, make sure it's snug. And this is an optional stabilizer bar that helps hold it in your ear canal, but that's optional and can be removed. So Ed, here's the finished assembled aid. Go ahead and put that in. How does that sound now?
Excellent. Great.
Good. All right.
Since I've got these MDHearingAid AIRs, my life has changed dramatically. Now I can go outside, I can hear the birds chirping, I can hear the wind in my ears, I can hear the leaves rustle. I'm hearing sounds that I haven't heard in years, in fact, so long that I forgot what they sounded like. It's really a great feeling. It's given me a whole new phase back into my life again.
Well, we're both more compatible with one another because we don't have to shout at one another and we don't have to repeat.
I love the programming of the MD AIR hearing aid because it has a number 4 program which connects the telephone right to my hearing aid. There's no interference, no noise at all except the clear sound of the voice.
Hearing on the phone now is much clearer than what it used to be. Before, I'd have to have people repeating themselves over and over again. I'd get part of what was coming through, but part of it would be like mumbling or something. So with the hearing aids now, everything comes through crystal clear, and I don't have any problems on the phone whatsoever.
The MDHearingAid AIRs have changed my life so much. I'm hearing things that I never heard. I'm not screaming at people on the phone. And anybody I know that has any hearing loss, I highly recommend these. They're comfortable to wear, they're affordable, and they're just great.
The MDHearingAid AIR is an effective, affordable solution for the over 20 million people with untreated hearing loss. My philosophy is you should see a physician, preferably an ear, nose, and throat physician, get a hearing test, and buy the best hearing aid you can afford. For many people, that will be the MDHearingAid AIR.